Well, hello again. I'm Carol Fote, and I am doing another interview for our Connecting Neighbors. During the past few years, I'm sure that many of you, most of you, have heard a lot about Deserae Turner. Deserae lives in Malga, Utah, which is near Smithfield. She was shot by a classmate um, in the back of the head, and she survived. And there was also another classmate that was there to watch it. So, Desiree, you've experienced the darkest side of humanity. It's hard to know really where to start with this interview. You've got quite a story to tell. And just the fact that you were able to survive this horrible ordeal is a miracle. And then to see you persevere and move on in your life is such an inspiration. And that's why we wanted you to talk to us today.
Thank you.
Okay. So I think what I'd like to do is let's go back to a place to start by knowing who Desiree Turner was before February 16th, 2017. Tell me about your life then and the things that brought you joy, your passions, what life was like.
I was a very outgoing teenager. I was friends with anybody who would be friends with me. I I competitively rode horses in the 4-H program. I was in band. I took karate and kickboxing as a sport activity.
You were involved in a lot of things, weren't you?
I love to be busy. I love to be active.
Good. I would say you loved life.
I did
Sure. And do.
and do.
Yeah. Then on February 16th, 2017, your life almost ended, but you weren't about to let that happen, were you?
No.
So tell us what happened on that day.
That day started out like any other day. Um, it was gonna be a 4-day weekend, and I, just being a teenager, I was like, "Hey, it's 4-day weekend. Let's have some fun. Let's go hang out with some friends." And so, of course, I asked my mom. I'm like, "Hey, mom, can I go hang out with some friends?" And she's like, "Yes, no problem. Just be sure to be home by 4:30, so you can take care of the horses." And at that time, we had a horse that was lame that I especially needed to take care of. And so after school, we met at the ditch behind Skyview. It wasn't a very odd meeting place because it's known as a hangout friend spot. And so many people would think, oh, a ditch? That's weird. But at first, I did not find it weird at all. Um, like any other friend hang out, it was not a problem. We were having fun. And then his best friend, who I knew didn't enjoy me very much, showed up. That I thought was odd, but I just kind of shrugged it off like, okay, Coulter doesn't want to be here alone with me. No big deal. And so we hung out for a little bit later, for a little bit longer. And then I saw what time it was. And so I started to walk away. And then he called me back. He's like, hey, I come back. I think I lost something. And I'm like, oh, okay, I've got a few minutes. I can help you look for this missing something. And so as I bent down to look for it, that's when he must have shot me because I don't remember anything else after that.
So then, what is the first thing that you do remember after that?
I woke up in the hospital and my dad was right next to my side. He said, Des, don't worry, but you're in the hospital. You've been shot, but you're fine. And that was obviously a big shock, but I was still waking up from my coma. And after he said that, I remember just going right back to sleep. I was too tired to to really process it. So that's what I remember when I first woke up.
You've had quite a journey healing, haven't you?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your these last several years. What your recovery has been about.
It's been very difficult. With the brain controls everything in your body. So having a bullet go through every lobe on the left side, it damaged every part of my body on the right side because your brain is kind of flip flopped. And so I was completely paralyzed on my right side. So that includes my limbs, of course, and my internal organs. And so I had to learn how to do everything again.
And you had several brain surgeries, I understand too.
I have had lots of brain surgeries.
Mhm. How are you doing?
Now I can say I'm doing well. I'm doing good. I have I've stayed away from major surgeries for 1 year. For 1 year. So I can say that's doing pretty well for someone like me.
I understand too, your vision was affected.
No peripheral vision on the left side.
Okay. So, what keeps you going now?
Um, my what keeps me going is definitely my family. I also enjoy nature. I enjoy nature a lot. I love animals, and I am a farmer slash gardener, or I should say a gardener slash farmer. Um, I I raise my own flowers to donate to people in need.
That's something new for you, isn't it?
Yes.
And how did that come about?
Well, after the shooting, lots of people were giving me flowers, and my nice neighbors planted me a little garden when I came home.
Oh.
And so, of course, I wanted to do my best with these flowers that people have given me. So I started researching them, and I fell in love with what I was learning. And so I was like, okay, I can do this. And that's how my farming, gardening career began.
And now you're looking at doing more with your flowers for the community, right?
Correct.
What was the name of the that you're calling your farm or your?
My farm is Harvest for Her.
And will you have any of those flowers available for people to pick to come and get this year yet, or is it going to be next year?
We are hoping to open in July.
Okay, great. And I understand your mom works right along with you on that project.
Yes, very much so. I would be helpless without her.
No, that's really that's very special for sure. So, what about your horses? Do you still have your horses?
I do still have my horses. I do not ride them like I used to, but I still have them. I can still go out and see them whenever I want. It's much more harder for me to get on, so I don't do it as often, but I still have my horses and I still go out and see them regularly.
Well, and sometimes with us people who love horses, just being able to smell them is a great fix, isn't it?
Yes. Many
Absolutely.
people who don't know horses are like, horses have a good smell? And I'm like,
Yeah,
yes, yes, they do.
absolutely. And you have a special friend in your dog.
I do have my dog. He is very much my special friend.
Yeah. And that's Snoopy, right?
Snoopy is my dog.
Yeah. Yeah, those animals certainly can be good therapy, can't they?
Yes.
Yeah. So, if you had a message to give to people, what would your message be now?
I would say that you can do hard things. I can do hard things. I will definitely say, um, you can't wait for life to be easy to be happy. You have to make your own happiness.
And you do that.
I do.
Yeah. I also understand that now you are serving an LDS as a LDS missionary, correct?
I am.
And so, where is that going to take you, and what will your duties be there?
So I am a service missionary, which means I am similar to a proselyting missionary. But I do not give lessons. I just come and serve you.
Will you
So,
be will you be doing that in the valley, or will you be traveling? Will you be going somewhere else?
nope, I am in the valley. I'm in the Cache North Valley. So all on this side of the valley, on the north side of the valley, I should say.
Well, and that's probably been a dream of yours sometime too, to be a missionary, I would imagine.
Yes, growing up in the church, you hear stories of people serving their missions in England, all over the world. And so, of course, as a young person, you're like, oh, I want to go travel. I want to go do that. And so, of course, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go on a mission. And after the shooting, I didn't know if it was going to be possible for me to go on a mission until I found out about service missionaries. And a service mission is very much similar to a proselyting mission. And so there might be people who are like, service mission? That's not the same. But no, it really is.
Well, I'm glad for you that you were able to find that too. That's, I'm sure, very fulfilling for you, or will be for sure. So, you had future dreams, past dreams. Your past dreams were, I believe you wanted to be a nurse or you wanted to go into the medical field.
Correct.
And now those dreams have changed.
Correct.
So, what do you look forward to in the future?
I want to be a farmer. I want to be an environmentalist. I want to do my part to help fix the world.
Well, if anybody can do it, you sure can. I have also understand that you had mentioned, I think you told your father at first, I'm not sure. You said, I'm stronger than a bullet.
I'm tougher than a bullet.
All
How that
right.
came about is I was in the hospital and someone said, "You're one tough cookie." And being the quirky person that I am, I'm like, "No, I'm tougher than a bullet." And that's how it stuck.
Well, and deservingly so for sure. So, well, Desiree, you are by far more than a victim. You are a survivor. And your strength and your faith and your determination is what now defines you. Life will hold a lot in store for you, and I'm excited for you to see where your life will take you because I think there's big things in store for you. And you did make it through this, or you're making it through this for a reason. God wasn't finished with you.
No, he was definitely not.
Yep. Thank you so much. God bless you and everything you're doing. I know you're surrounded by a lot of support, love, family, friends, and that's what you need when you need to get through some really tough things, right?
Right.
Thank you again.
Thank you.